Look how the Bible highlights the incredible importance of self-control. Titus 1:8. But hospitable, a lover of good, self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined. So amongst things like holy and upright and a lover of good is self-controlled and disciplined. Titus 2:6 below that, likewise urge the younger men to be self-controlled. Then Timothy there at the bottom, for God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. Fascinating. The spirit God gave us, one of the traits is obviously is power and love, but one of the other traits is self-control. It is extremely important to be self-controlled.
If he hasn't got self-control, he's a liability to you and your children. Yeah, and you have to remember that.
Okay, let's talk a bit about self-control. Look at the top there. What happens if a man seems to have everything but doesn't have self-control? And this is for ladies as well. Even if you're rich, famous, whatever you have, and you don't have self-control, this is not just in controlling your anger and temper. This is a self-control in the ability to eat healthily. Your life's can go down the drain. To do exercise, if you can't do that, your life's can go down the drain. Self-discipline in all areas.
What happens when you get in a relationship with a man who on paper looks like they have everything, but they lack self-control? What will happen down the line? Relationship, marriage, kids.
Unfortunately, what that might look like is if you lack self-control, it might look like indulging with other women. It might look like gambling your money away. It might look like eating and consuming the wrong kind of drugs or whatever it is.
Look at these scriptures here, 2 Peter. It says there at the top, for this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue. So remember, when you become a Christian, you have faith. So you must supplement it with virtue, goodness. And virtue with knowledge, and knowledge with self-control. This is one of the things you must make every effort to supplement. Once you become saved and you have faith, to supplement your faith with. And self-control with steadfastness, and steadfastness with godliness. Then there, the second 1 Corinthians, no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man, but God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide a way of escape that you may be able to endure it. This is important when thinking about self-control, because people might think, I will never be able to do it. Remember, God has promised. He will not let you be tempted by things that you cannot overcome and get out of. Then 1 Peter, be sober-minded, watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. Remember this. You must be watchful, sober-minded, self-controlled. Obviously, I'm adding this because it's linked, I feel. Because the devil is prowling around looking who he can devour. Watch out how much alcohol you drink. Watch out what comes off your tongue. And then there at the bottom, for even when we were with you, we would give you this command. If anyone is not willing to work, let him not eat. Fascinating. If you're not able to have the self-control and discipline to put in hard work, the Bible says you should not eat.
If he hasn't got self-control, he's a liability to you and your children. Yeah, and you have to remember that. A lack of self-control will lead to a man down a path where he will no longer be able to recognize himself.
Wow.
Whereas self-control, he has a consistent identity from the day he's born until the day he dies. Because he dictates his future. Even if he wants to have a day of no control, it was his choice. It was genuinely his choice. He's not subject to the environment or to the people and to everybody else.
He's not influenced by his surroundings.
He's influenced by what his long-term goals are.